In headlines, Christians throughout Ethiopia have marked Good Friday to commemorate the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Ethiopia and Burundi signed several memoranda of understanding to strengthen cooperation in multi-sectors. Hello, this is ABC World, your new voice of Pan-Africanism, coming to you live from Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, Africa's diplomatic capital. I'm Sintayo Tamrat with the news hour. Do stay tuned. Christians throughout Ethiopia have marked Good Friday to commemorate the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Among Ethiopian Christians, Good Friday is a day of sorrow, penance, and fasting for Christians who annually remember Jesus' crucifixion. As Good Friday marks the end of the Great Lent in Ethiopian Orthodox Church, clergymen are reciting and reading biblical verses and chanting religious songs, revering what Jesus Christ did to bring salvation for humankind. On this day, Ethiopian Orthodox Christians attend mass services in churches since early in the morning and spend their time until sunset. During their stay at churches, the faithful prostrate repeatedly to share the pain of Jesus and request for forgiveness from him for their sins. The crowd who prayed together throughout the day departed to their homes when the sun started to set after being blessed by priests. Good Friday is also marked with various colorful religious events in the Protestant and Catholic churches in Ethiopia.
Who do you say I am?
You are God's Messiah.
I understand that many have already hailed him as king.
Is it with a kiss that you betray the Son of Man?
Arrest him.
Are you the king of the Jews?
This man? A king?
Thy hands. I commit.
Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and Everest Nidiashimiye have overseen the signing of a series of memoranda of understanding aimed at strengthening the cooperation between Ethiopia and Burundi. The agreement spans key sectors including defense, health, education, agriculture, and energy, and tourism, establishing a framework for deeper collaboration and long-term development. Officials say the deal is designed to build on the complementary strengths of both countries, supporting the sustainable growth and closer regional integration. Prime Minister Abiy described his discussions with President Nidiashimiye as fruitful, noting that the agreements mark a shift from long-standing diplomatic ties to practical result-driven partnerships. President Nidiashimiye, who currently chairs the African Union, is on an official visit to Ethiopia, where talks have also focused on broader continental priorities. During the visit, the two leaders reaffirmed their shared commitment to strengthening political and economic cooperation, as well as advancing Africa-wide development goals. Welcoming the Burundian leader, Prime Minister Abiy highlighted the historic relationship between the two nations, describing it as one built on brotherhood, mutual respect, and a shared vision for the future. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has seen of Burundian President Evariste Ndayishimiye at Bole International Airport following the conclusion of his two-day official visit to Ethiopia. The visit followed a milestone engagement between the two countries where they signed a variety of wide-ranging memoranda of understanding aimed at strengthening cooperation across key strategic sectors. We have the following report by Jerusalem Betsaha.
Burundian President Ndayishimiye has arrived in Addis Ababa for an official working visit. The president, who currently serves as chairperson of the African Union, was warmly received at Bole International Airport by Ethiopia's Deputy Prime Minister Temesgen Turune. Ethiopia and Burundi share long-standing diplomatic ties rooted in mutual respect and regional cooperation. Meanwhile, the two countries have reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening bilateral relations following the conclusion of the second Joint Ministerial Commission held in the Ethiopian capital. The high-level meeting brought together senior officials and technical experts from both sides, focusing on expanding cooperation across political, economic and social sectors with an emphasis on delivering tangible results. In his concluding remarks, Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Gideon Timotheos, commended the Burundian delegation for its active engagement and highlighted the steady progress in relations between the two nations. He noted that the partnership continues to grow through sustained diplomatic exchange and coordination at regional and multilateral platforms grounded in mutual trust, solidarity and shared aspirations.
Our relationship is characterized by mutual trust, solidarity and close coordination. We are indeed committed to taking it to even greater heights. While we celebrate the significant achievements recorded so far, we must also recognize that there are important sectors where our cooperation needs to be strengthened and deepened. Building on our existing relationship, it is imperative that we further solidify gains achieved and explore future areas of cooperation. Trade volume remains limited. Investment opportunities are yet to be explored, and significant untapped opportunities exist in key sectors such as agriculture, industry, service, and investment.
On his part, Burundi's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Regional Integration and Development Cooperation, Edward Bizimana, reaffirmed his country's commitment to deepening what he described as brotherly relations with Ethiopia.
We are gathered again to seek ways to move forward with a renewed momentum. The elapsed time did not alter our strong and brotherly relations. It's rather made it stronger. It's a good opportunity for us to consolidate our partnership in various sectors of mutual interest. There is a need, therefore, to move forward with concrete actions and projects, including defense, trade, transport, agriculture, industry, energy, education, digitalization, health, tourism, etc. It's a long list, and this shows that our teams did a great job to cover all these sectors.
The two nations continue to strengthen cooperation across various sectors through their established Joint Ministerial Commission.
Having access to a sea outlet is a structural necessity for countries like Ethiopia. Therefore, it is only natural and legal for Ethiopia, a coastal state itself before being landlocked back in 1993, to demand access. This is according to Thierry Mariani, a member of the EU Parliament. Let's take a look.
it's logical that you have an access on the sea. It's not me who said it. There was in the Convention for the Law of the Sea very clearly explained that each state should have an access to the sea. To have an access, I think it's an essential condition for a country like you. You are not a simple state. You are now the number state by population for Africa. And I think all the occasion to enhance the discussion, the negotiation, to find pacifically a solution, it's a good occasion. It's a logical right for Ethiopia to ask an access to the sea. That's why I hope the discussion in this region will make a good steps to find a solution. It's not normal that your state don't have access to the sea. It's normal that your state negotiate pacifically an access with other states. Well, I was in Ethiopia some years ago. I see the difference. When you arrive from the airport, you see the many change in your capital. You see that you are more and more present in the international affairs. And we saw that little by little you are one of the most important grow-up states for economy. Ethiopia is essential for the peace of this region. That means for the stability of trade for many countries like mine. Because you have a strategic position, it's important.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the news from ABC World. And finally, Ethiopia has called for a fair and scaled-up climate financing to support developing countries in overcoming structural barriers to clean energy transition. Speaking at the International Vienna Energy and Climate Forum 2026, Foreign Minister Gedeon Timotheos underscored the need for increased concessional finance, particularly for least developed and landlocked developing countries. He highlighted Africa's strong potential to leapfrog into low-carbon industrialization by harnessing its vast renewable energy resources and advancing value addition in critical minerals. The minister stressed that persistent challenges, including limited energy access, infrastructure gaps, and restricted market access, continue to hinder progress across the continent. Gedeon also pointed to Ethiopia's commitment to climate-resilient development, noting that the country generates about 95% of its energy from renewable sources. He added that Ethiopia is advancing green industrialization through investments in eco-friendly industrial parks. On the sidelines of the forum, the foreign minister held talks with Austria's foreign minister Beate Meinl-Reisinger, focusing on strengthening cooperation in trade, investment, tourism, and renewable energy. He also met with South Sudanese foreign minister Mande Samaya Kumba, where the two sides exchanged views on bilateral relations and regional issues of mutual interest. And that's the news we have for the hour, and a quick reminder of top stories now. Christians throughout Ethiopia have marked Good Friday to commemorate the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. Ethiopia and Burundi signed several memoranda of understanding to strengthen cooperation in multiple sectors. Thank you so much for watching ABC World, and I'm Sintayo Tamrat with the news. Stay tuned with the rest of ABC World programs.